Sniper is really standard in EHome's play though, so maybe they're so confident in their strategies that they don't really want to differ their heroes based on, just like they're just really confident in their strategies, regardless, even if they're somewhat countered. But we're seeing him, actually, let's pause for a second. We're seeing a mid lane push. Storm Spirit comes in. He lays down. They're definitely going to be able to take out Nevermore. And sure enough, his power is very evident, as they really don't have too much of a counter for the Storm at the moment. Very well played, especially when you have all the 5 heroes together and you're able to just pick off your your Nevermore, who is, while he's very powerful at this level, he's also incredibly vulnerable, especially to a pretty well farmed Storm Spirit who can just raffle in there and stun him for you. You gotta rush that quick BKB, as I'm sure we will see on Nevermore. So anyway, that's my take on the pick so far, or at least part of it.
What you just witnessed there in the mid lane is just a completely kind of a face roll there. That's exactly what happened. It was sort of like a 5v5, sort of, not really. Storm just went in, and we saw Lina. He was Laguna blading like a 100 HP hero. That was definitely not worth or not necessary and not needed, but it didn't matter at all. And that's how much bursty power that the Sentinel squad does have. And a really cool move from YYF, actually switching his stretch to the agility before balling up. Always nice to see pro players doing things like that. And yeah, so right now Sentinel, I gotta say, they have way superior mid game squad. Of course, they have a lot of ganking potential with the Storm Spirit, and you gotta keep my Necro could farm on one side of the map and gank on another. So I think the ganking power, especially with Laguna Blade and Reaper side and then Cask and everything, the ganking power is definitely in the favor of LGD, as we see maybe another gank going on bot lane. There's an ult just for the stun there, and then a cast. All these stuns are not really helpful, and then ultimate, he's going to try to port out, and there is going to be birds coming in to get the kill. So again, the ganking power of Sentinel really winning it for them right now. So on the Scourge team, if you're in the position, how would you think they should respond? What should they do? Any item progressions or maybe hero movements, or what's their plan right now?
I mean, you really just have to go BKB. There's really no other way that you can counter it, because basically with this Storm Spirit pick for LGD, they're just going to be able to be the initiators in all the battles. I mean, they're going to be able to. He'll just raffle in with his ult whenever he wants, and that will start every battle. And so what you kind of have to do is both Sniper, and even though Sniper might not be a very big offensive threat if he goes for this early BKB, it's really necessary, or else he's just going to get so effed up by censoring my words a little bit there. Anyway, he's going to be so effed up by just the Storm Spirit coming in, and especially when Storm Spirit's going for the BKB as well, and he's going to be getting the gold. He already has the Ogre Axe on farming pretty well, and once he gets that, he'll pop his BKB, go in, and just basically they'll pick any hero they want off to start the battle off. Earthshaker can't help that. He can't fissure you. He can't do anything for you. They do have actually Vengeful Spirit who can throw a swap in there, so that's going to be helpful. But really, you can't just rely on that. So basically, when it comes to items, there's no doubt about it that of course, BKB is almost gotten anyway, but it's definitely necessary in this game for basically just both carry heroes to go BKB. And if we look actually at Sniper, he went first item, Ult Orb, so he's actually going to be going for the Manta first. And while that does give him, I guess 10 strength for health, he is going to be completely vulnerable with getting picked off. Positioning is going to be everything for him. He's going to have to, when those team battles happen, he cannot be in the sight of YYF, who's playing the Storm Spirit, because if he is, YYF is going to pick him off. And they're going to be down 1 carry. EHome will be down 1 carry to LGD. So I hope that eventually he does go BKB, maybe after this Manta. So
I know this is very dairy crafting, but maybe it sounds very illogical, and it doesn't make a lot of sense when I first say it. But I think the Sniper pick might be a direct counter to the Storm Spirit, like how a lot of the Chinese team like to pick Sniper to counter a Enigma ult. And if you think about it, if the Sniper just stays back, really, really far, chances are maybe he's not going to get initiated upon, and Bash is the only thing that goes through BKB. So maybe they're kind of like, whoa, maybe we'll just bash him. I know that sounds really ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of how they deal with big initiation, such as Enigma and whatnot. So maybe that is what they're planning on. Looks like we have a big push from from LGD here. They're gonna grab the third tower here. Last hit it by CH, so good job there. And the score is 4-1. 18 minutes in. We have initiation on the Venomancer. Let's see if he can kill him before. Where did he go? No,
Swap.
he. Oh, swap. There we go. So he drops his ultimate. No one dies there, but with the healing aura from Witch Doctor, they're gonna be okay. They're gonna try to push the second tower. I'm not too sure whether they could do it though.
Yeah. So, well, you know, about Enigma being picked, at least for that, there's a channeling spell to be stopped. For Storm Spirit, it's kind of hard to stop him from still doing the damage with spells, even if you're bashing him. I mean, you're going to need the... I do understand what you're saying. Oh, by the way, he's doing an engagement. He does catch up with the Earthshaker. And, wow, there's really no chance for him. And what a strong push here. If they continue to pick heroes off like this one-on-one, they can continue this push in. Let's actually look at the mana situation. That's very important. And, wow, sure enough, 0 mana on Witch Doctor. And such an important facet in this push that actually you can't really go any farther forward if you have no more Voodoo Restoration. So they back up. By the way, he just leveled that up, so he's level 3 right now for Voodoo Restoration.
Thank you for letting me know, because I never know what exactly the skill build for these. They always switch it up. I don't know. Maybe pro players like, I feel like Voodoo Restoration now, so I'll get one level of that. I don't know. They always switch it up. Every game it's a little bit different. Yeah. But during that big push at bottom lane, we do have, I think that was Burning pushing on top lane, and he did get a BKB already. So a 19-minute BKB. Look at his farm. That's more than 5 a minute. That is very impressive farm, and they are gonna get Roshan as well. I don't think the Sentinel is in the position to Roshan Jack. No, they're definitely not. No Storm Spirit even near the vicinity there. So they're gonna get a free Aegis, and that's gonna be huge. They gave it to the Shadow Fiend, which. Do you think that's the correct choice? Maybe they should have given it to the Sniper for more safety, or maybe the Shadow Fiend needs it more.
Yeah, maybe now that he has a BKB, that's a good question. Especially too. Yeah, I would actually maybe have given that to the Sniper. You know, it's really tough to say. They're both like Nevermore can still really get picked off if Storm Spirit gets to him before he can hit his hotkey. But I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. Of course, either Sniper or Nevermore. So it's 50-50 for me. So.
Yeah, right now, but now even with that BKB, that is mostly for defensive measure just right now, because there's really no way a Shadow Fiend could just walk up and just ult all these guys, because the Scourge team doesn't have the chain stun power, at least not well until the Earthshaker gets their Blink Dagger. There's no way they could really chain stun and get a really perfect Requiem of Soul off. So right now that BKB is just solely for defensive purposes until he picks up his Blink Dagger. Then we're not going to see any big engagement right now. Both teams farming extremely well. This is high-class Chinese farming. Snipers at 74, not the biggest farm, but he's going to find himself a huge creep wave at top lane.
Yeah, and also, actually, if we look at the farm for Lina, it doesn't look like she has too much going in her way with only 1 hero kill and 33 creep kills, but she has gotten, pivotally, she's gotten her dagger. So, that's definitely going to be an X factor in this game. This game does look pretty standard, except for maybe that pick. So, I really wonder how this is going to help in terms of initiation. I guess... you need maybe a little more help from a little more layered stun on top of... normally you might get a Blink Dagger on Lina if you want to initiate with it, but you already have your Storm Spirit. So I guess it's just to join the party when Storm Spirit goes in with his ult. We really should keep our eyes on Storm Spirit. He is going to be the one who is going to be starting all of these engagements. I know I'm definitely just... Basically every other hero I look at is Storm Spirit. And you got to be careful a little bit right now if you're Venomancer. He has finished his Vanguard, and we have an invisibility rune on Shadow Fiend. But
that's going to be huge in this engagement. If Earthshaker could get a Fisher on 2 or 3 heroes with the Shadow Fiend right next to him, but no, he's going to go farm. So what a pity. Yeah, if there was a Fisher and a BKB ult right there, that could have wiped at least 2 or 3 heroes. But they're not going to take that. So never mind.
It's true, and I actually think that EHome, especially with the amount of magic damage you have from LGD, someone should be going for a pipe, and yet I don't really see it in the works for anybody at the moment. No one even has a hood. So that's interesting. Actually, maybe, what do you think about actually Venomancer going... Of course, it's very standard to go first item Vanguard, but against a squad like this, do you really go Vanguard? Or do you go hood? I mean, just look.
I always dislike Vanguard and range heroes, to be in general, but... I gotta say a hood would be a better choice in this case. Sure, Venomancer is not going to be the most tanky hero in a fight, but really he just need to press V and his job is kind of done. So I don't think he really needs to. I don't think the Sentinel team really care about chain stunning that Veno. They have way more priority, on the sniper, on the Earthshaker, and the Shadow Fiend. I don't think they really care about the Veno in all too much. So I really disagree with the
Vanguard.
The whole Vanguard as well.
Yeah, and I mean, especially when you've got a Vanguard and you're going, I mean, if you just look at the heroes, you've got a Storm Spirit and a Necrolite. I mean, no one's really doing physical damage. And Alina, I mean, basically those are going to be the three major sources of damage coming from LGD, and for that you really want your I mean, just get a hood for yourself, and not to mention you can then turn it into a pipe. For sure enough, he does have a Planeswalker Cloak right now, so I guess he did want to go that standard Vanguard first, which I agree. I mean, it's, you don't necessarily have to do that to get health, especially on a range hero. The damage block is not going to be that helpful, but, everyone has their own playing style, and of course, even though it might not be the best situation for Vanguard, Vanguard is like an OP item, pretty widely agreed, even though they continue to nerf it. So, with that in mind, I'm sure being all the more tanky is not going to hurt King J on his Venomancer. So it looks like they're actually doing a little bit of push forward right now. We've got a BKB on Storm Spirit, so again, we got to let's keep our eye out on him. Wait for the sound of that electricity as he roars across the screen. But no, instead they're going to be a little bit boring and maybe wait for another day. So. Also notice that Storm Spirit does have a regen rune, so if they do have a big epic battle... Oh, and there he goes! And he actually pulls off his BKB, we get 2 BKBs, we get Nevermore basically ults, but it's not killed anybody yet. They do end up taking down the Earthshaker before he can do actually anything, and then YOF does also take out the Vengeful Spirit, and basically a big win here for LGD, as they're going to be able to take out this tower. They were not able to take out King J as he backs up. Wow, his wards are actually really pivotal here. It slowed down their push quite a bit. And look at YYF just making so much use of his... What the hell was that? Did you see what happened just there?
He tried to grab, and it made a grabbing animation. He was definitely slowed down, but there was no electric vortex. That's gotta be a bug there. I didn't know what. Maybe he was fogged or something, but he had a regen. We see someone's teleporting. That's gonna be an Earthshaker. He does get LSA really nice chain stun. They are gonna pick him up, but he did get his ultimate off first here. Would you see cast balancing absolutely everywhere? Let's see, gonna pick off the Earth. Oh, they are not gonna pick off the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend using his. Oh, he is really low. He is creep trapped. He's 2 more hits away, but. They are going to get the Shadow Fiend as well, but he does have Aegis. Let's see if they're going to pick him off. Once again, I don't think they can do it with the sniper shooting in the behind, but they do have all 5 hero right now. Everyone is very low HP. I think Sentinel could just pick up this tower and just get the hell back. They are losing a lot of mana. Yeah, they have no more mana left. I don't think they should go. We do see a blink. Are they going to go for the Venomancer? Venom answer is going to get picked off. They did get the tower, but they should really back off now.
Yeah, and well, Electric Vortex worked that time, so not entirely sure what happened. Maybe it was some interaction with the fog, but that was pretty effed up. Anyway, so they are backing up. Very successful engagement there for LGD.sGty. And you know what? Even though it doesn't really feel like it too much, I do feel like LGD does have the advantage. But if you look at the hero kill differential, it's 10-1.
I know.
Is it just me? But I don't feel like I do feel like LGD is being dominant, but that dominant. A little surprising to me.
Well, if you look at how these team fights that's been happening in the past, I guess 10 minutes now, like really, it's just LGD everywhere. They are initiating correctly, they are killing everyone correctly, and that defense from EHome. I mean, if any other team other than EHome was playing on that defense, they would have lost so much quicker. It was really perfect positioning from the sniper. He was always in the back. When the Storm Spirit came in, there was a swap trying to save that Earthshaker. The sniper was shooting on the sniper. The sniper was shooting on the Storm Spirit. The sniper could not shoot himself because that's kind of crazy. Anyways, yeah. So it was really perfect positioning, but really. There's only so much positioning you could do against a Storm Spirit and a blinking Lina and everything else. So. Right now, we are seeing the superiority of a mid-game lineup, and LGD is playing this perfectly. It's 10-1, and that is a huge gap. But I mean, even with that big deficit here, EHome is not too far behind in terms of tower count, and tower is a big part of Dota as well. So I wouldn't count EHome out at all.
Yeah, that's true. But we are seeing, ZSMJ is living up to his legendary farm. He's already got his Mechanism Vanguard. He's not going to be dying anytime soon in these battles, and he's on his way to a Sheepstick. He's going to be key in these upcoming battles. And Storm Spirit, he's also going to be working on a Sheep Stick, I believe, unless he's going to be turning that into a Lincoln Sphere.